What's good, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day, guys. This is 6 best bets in lock of the week, where we go over my 6 best bets, lock of the week, of course, the 2 bonuses that I have for you, and the parlay section. In this case, you guys know we have a new segment for the parlay section. I just bring it up on the screen, and you guys get to see which ones you guys want. You guys can mix and match in the parlay section. A lot of you guys said that it was a better way to put it up on the screen, so I'm putting it up on the screen now. So thank you guys. If there's anything that you guys want me to touch up, anything you guys want me to work on, comment it down below. I'll gladly work on it. So we're going to be breaking down my 6 most confident picks of the week. Last week we had Zach Reese as lock of the week, and it was a beautiful week. What did I say? As long as the lock of the week hits, that's my goal. I'm trying to provide the best amount of information that I can in order for you guys to absorb the knowledge, do what you make with the knowledge, don't blindly tail. So here we go. My first most confident pick of the week, baby. 6 best bets and lock of the week, a parlay section, and 2 bonuses. Without further ado, let's get it, baby. Here we go. First most confident pick of the week. Here we go. Marco Medeiros. Marco Medeiros is 10-1-0. He's set to face off against Mark Chinosky. Mark Chinosky is making his debut, UFC debut, without Ultimate Fighter or Dana White Contender Series. Marco Medeiros is a -215. Mark Chinosky is a +164. Marco Medeiros will start off the card. He is 2-0 in the UFC. He can struggle with grapplers, can get his back taken at times, and he's facing a wrestler. Although Mark Chinosky is an undefeated wrestler, he can strike as well and tends to strike more often than I'd like him to. Majority of Mark Chinosky's wins are by sub. 5 of his wins are by sub in the first round. Markel is going to be the bigger fighter, land at rage, use his technical striking to his own advantage, and I believe he should be able to get the job done. Of course, we do a deep dive on where Markel Medeiros is. He was supposed to fight Balaji Oki, and I think this is a little bit more of a favorable matchup for Marco Medeiros than Balaji Oki. We saw Balaji Oki just beat, I believe it was Michael Aswell. Very good fight. And this was for last week, but I still think it can apply to this fight. Medeiros has good footwork, switch stances, very fluidity, and will be able to counter off Oki's. He says Oki's jab, but I still think he should be able to counter Mark Chinosky. It's a new opponent. He's been training at Factory X since he's 19, which I really do like here, especially when he's being priced around 34%, and that was last week. But what I'm saying is I do agree with what this guy has to say. Marco Medeiros to be the more technical fighter and to win this fight in the way that he can. I like by KO or on points. Let's go Marco Medeiros, but we don't have to get fancy. We could just take his money line. So, my second most confident pick of the week. I think you guys are going to like this one. Let's go. Here we go. Joe Sang-yu, 8-0, making his UFC debut against Jeka Saragai. Joe Sang-yu is -500. Jeka Saragai +340. Jeka Saragai lost to Anshul Jubli. Joe Sang-yu is making his UFC debut against an athlete. He's an athlete from South Korea, looking to have a successful debut against Jeka Saragai. Jeka has only been TKO'd once, but he is 1-2 in the UFC. Jeka is coming off of a first-round sub-loss to Weston Wilson. Joe Sang-yu to get the job done. I like his money line. Obviously, guys, it's Wednesday, so all the props aren't out yet, but on Friday, last-minute predictions, we go over all the props, and I tell you my favorite props for that, so stay tuned for Friday. We take a little bit of a closer look. He was actually training with Max Holloway, which is something that I like to see. He got some eyes on Korean Zombie and Max Holloway working together, and Max Holloway actually was teaching him about a spinning kick. This spinning back kick is something that I like to see. This is what I like to see when they're working with athletes that have been in the UFC before and they can learn some tricks, learn some new tools in their arsenal that they haven't tried before. A nice spinning kick is a great addition to this guy's arsenal. I'm glad that he worked with Max Holloway. I think this guy is going to make noise, and he's going to start off the card with a bang. This is one thing that I like about him too as well. Look at how he boxes inside the pocket. He's very sharp, very fluid, and I think he should be able to win and beat Jeka Saragai. He can do it all. Give me my guy, Joe Sang-yu, to get the job done at a -500. Let's go. My third most confident pick of the week. Here we go, baby, here we go. Waldo Cortez Acosta, +110. Sergey Spivak -140. Sergey, the Polar Bear Spivak, is 8-5 in the UFC, averages a bunch of takedowns, but he can struggle with control. Sometimes he can get you down, but it's easy to get right back up. Sergey has 6 subs in the first round, 2 subs in the second, 5 TKOs in the first, 2 TKOs in the second. Costa, Salsa Boy, is the better striker, more technical in my opinion. He has more power and has been fed to the wolves early in his career, but he doesn't have nearly the same amount of cage time and experience as Sergey Spivak. Costa to get the job done. I like his money line. I know what you guys are saying. This is going to get dicey. This is one of those fights where it can go either way, but you guys know me. I like Waldo Cortez Acosta to give me Salsa Boy to get the job done over Sergey the Polar Bear Spivak. This is one of my favorite videos on Waldo Cortez Acosta's Instagram. It shows how good he is when the fight goes the distance. He's a minute winner. Some people are moment winners. I think Waldo Cortez Acosta is a minute winner, and he's perfect for winning a decision. This is a very good graph. Shout out to this guy, MMA Racks. Follow him if you guys haven't. Pick Cortez Acosta to win at plus 107. This is what he's saying. Spivak owns the more well-rounded skill set, more weapons in his arsenal, but the difference in career attrition and damage tolerance loom large in this heavyweight matchup. And then he says, Waldo Cortez Acosta is much better at going the distance. This is going to be a very good fight. May the best man win. Give me Costa to win the fight. Now we're going to go into my fourth most confident pick of the week, the lock of the week, baby. What's it going to be? Guess right now in your head. Guess right now in your head. Or comment it down below if you haven't already. Guess. What do you think it's going to be? Here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Joshua Van. And I know what you guys are saying. He's the second biggest favorite on the card. 13-2-0. Set to face off against Bruno Silva at a plus 440. Joshua Van is a minus 700. But listen. Let me cook. The lock of the week is the double chance. Joshua Van by KO or on points at a minus 400. If you want to get fancy, you could take Joshua Van by submission or on points. He has been attempting subs. He says he wants to get a heel hook. You guys know, but I don't think it's going to happen in this fight. The double chance is going to be the lock of the week. Joshua Van by KO or on points. I'm just mentioning the submission factor just because it could be a Hail Mary. I don't think it's going to be likely in this matchup. It is a possibility, though, not out of the realm of possibility. But in this case, guys, the lock of the week is Joshua Van by KO or on points at a minus 400. I was going to try to look for an exact method of victory, but let's not get fancy. Let's just take Joshua Van by KO or on points at a minus 400. I think it's a good parlay piece, and you just need two other legs, and then you got a good parlay. Joshua Van is the second biggest favorite on the card. He has been knocked out by a volume puncher in Charles Jourdain, but he is only 23 years old, facing off against 35-year-old Bruno Silva. Silva has 6 TKOs on his record, and he's very heavy-handed, and he also has 4 wins by sub, so he can do it all, and 4 wins by decision. Joshua Van to control the fight with his high-pace, high-output style, but he does eat one to give one sometimes, and that could be a little bit crazy in this fight. Joshua Van has attempted heel hooks in the past, and he just tends to throw it out there. I don't want him to attempt that here, because he can end up on his back, and that's going to be a bad position if Bruno Silva's trying to land some ground and pound. The chin is the red flag for Joshua Van, but give me Joshua Van by KO or on points at a minus 400 to get the job done. And when I look at his pad work, guys, one thing about Joshua Van, guys, is how active he's been. He's been very active ever since he's been in the UFC. This guy has been working with the best, and I think sometimes in order to get better, you got to stay active, you got to continue fighting. Even after that Charles Johnson fight, he still made a quick turnaround. Let's go, my guy Joshua Van. And right here, Joshua Van returns at UFC 316 for his 8th fight in 2 years. He's fought 8 times in 2 years. He takes on Bruno Silva this week. I think it's a little bit of a benefit, but it could be detrimental as well because of the wear and tear and being so young. But now or never. It's now or never, Joshua Van. Give me Joshua Van, lock of the week by KO or on points. Let's go, my guy. I'm minus 400. Let's go, my guy. My 5th most confident pick of the week. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Patchy Mix, no love. Let's go. 20 wins, 1 loss, and 0 draws. One thing that I love about Patchy Mix is Patchy Mix minus 188, Mario Batista plus 146. Patchy Mix is making his UFC debut this Saturday in a tough test against Mario Batista. Mario is 9-2 in the UFC. Batista's on a 7-fight win streak since losing to Trevin Jones. Both of these guys are going to absolutely bring it. I like Patchy moneyline. He has 15 finishes, 13 by sub. Give me Patchy to get it done. Let's go, my guy, Patchy Mix. No love. Let's go. Iron sharpens iron, guys. I like to see Patchy Mix. It's about time he's in the UFC, guys. Let's go, my guy, Patchy Mix. I can't wait for this one. It's going to be a banger matchup. And then, of course, right here, how does Mix versus Batista go? Shout out to Uselyis MMA. Follow him if you guys haven't. Excuse me. Both fighters are riding 7-fight win streaks despite being outside the UFC. Patchy has beaten the better competition in more impressive fashion, leaning towards Mix, but there is a path for Mario Batista. This will be his biggest test. So, it's now or never. UFC 316 is going to be an absolute bang. Give me Patchy Mix to get the job done. I just like moneyline just in case he ends up getting a finish inside the distance. We know that he has 15 finishes out of 20 wins. So, more than likely, this one might get crazy. It might get dusty. That's why it might get dicey. That's why I like Patchy Mix moneyline. Now we're going to go into my 6th most confident pick of the week. Here we go, baby. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let's go. Joe Body Bags Pyfer. Joe Body Bags Pyfer minus 410. Kelvin Gastelum plus 290. Joe Pyfer is 4-1 in his last 5. His only loss, most recently, of course, is to Jack Hermansson. He's coming off of a KO win over Marc-Andre Barrios 11 months ago. He was supposed to fight at Mexico. I think Pyfer can win this fight by controlling the fight to his own pace. Kelvin has never been knocked out, but he has been submitted, which is why I like just straight up money line for Joe Pyfer. We all know he has a very sneaky arm triangle. I remember when he got Abdul Razak Al Hassan in that arm triangle. Abdul was tapping and the referee didn't even know. That's how tight his squeeze is. So this is why I just like money line as a nice parlay piece. Let's go, my guy Joe Pyfer at a minus 410. Let's go. One thing I like about Joe Pyfer, guys, is this guy's going to bring it. I know a lot of people are saying that he's salty. You know, he always bring... A lot of people, and he can be, you know, he can be a little bit salty, but he's going to fight. That's what we're here for. We're here to watch him fight. We're not here to watch him talk. So, give me Joe Body Bags Pyfer to win this fight. One thing I want to say, guys, is he's been practicing wrestling. Just in case Kelvin Gastelum tends to shoot a takedown, he's been practicing his wrestling as well. As you can see in the early clip, he's been practicing his striking, sharpening up the tools. Give me Joe Body Bags Pyfer to get the job done. And this is what he had to say today. Joe Pyfer speaks out against those that said he was fraud check versus Jack Hermansson. Pyfer, I did not get fraud check. Let's redefine what fraud check means. If anybody got fraud check, it's Bo Nickel. And he says that he lost that fight, but it was a competitive fight with Jack Hermansson, 3-2. And I thought that it was pretty competitive. It's just that Pyfer got a little bit tired. I think 3 rounds is a little bit better for Joe Pyfer. Let's go, my guy Joe Pyfer. Now we're going to go into the first bonus. Here we go, baby. First bonus. Here we go, here we go, here we go. The first bonus is going to be plus 146 for Mario Batista. Patchy Mix minus 188. We're not going to touch the money line. The bonus is going to be the over 2.5. Over 2.5 minus 196. Under 2.5 plus 152. One thing I know, as we said earlier, Patchy Mix has 15 finishes out of 20 wins. Majority of those being by sub. We already have Patchy Mix money line. Just in case this gets dicey. Just in case Mario Batista is stalling a little bit on the fence. Just in case Mario Batista is looking amazing in the striking department. Give me the over 2.5 as a nice little play that I really like. Over 2.5 at a minus 196. You guys know with the bonus, you guys can choose the over or the under. In this case, I'm giving you the opportunity to choose the over 2.5 or the under 2.5 in the Mario Batista versus Patchy Mix fight. In this case, I'm choosing the over 2.5 at a minus 196. Let's go. I like it. I think Patchy Mix should be able to get the job done, but just in case this gets dicey, let's go the over 2.5 at a minus 196 as the bonus. Now we're going to get to the second bonus. So, here we go, 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 here we go. The second bonus, Merab Dvalishvili versus O'Malley. What's going to be the bonus? O'Malley plus 220, Merab minus 295, excuse me. The bonus is going to be the over 4.5. You guys get to choose. You guys know with the bonus, you guys get to choose whether you want the over or the under. In this case, you guys get to choose whether you want the over 4.5 at a minus 290 or the under 4.5 at a plus 215. If you're thinking about the under, maybe Merab, he does have 4 finishes. Maybe ground and pound. Maybe O'Malley gets a finish. I do think that both of these guys, you can match them up 10 times out of 10, 100 times out of 100. And majority of the times, they're going to go the distance because of how competitive both of these guys are. Give me the over 4.5 at a minus 290. I think it hits. If you want to get fancy, if you want to get a little bit more greedy, if you think that this fight goes the entire distance, those extra 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the 4th round, you can take that this fight goes the distance at a minus 260. I think it's a little bit likely as well. No at a plus 192. In this case, guys, give me the over 4.5 as the second bonus at a minus 290. Now, it's time for the parlay section. So without further ado, I try not to say that too much. Let's get into the parlay section. I'm going to bring it up right here. Makes it a little bit easier for you guys. So, here we go. Parlay time. Open up your wallets. All right, let's go. Parlay time. Joe Pyfer plus over 2.5 Joshua Van Bruno fight 2 leg plus 102. By far one of my favorite parlays. Shout out to MMA experts. This is the parlay that I don't want to spoil, but it's a very good parlay. I love this parlay. Let's go. Next parlay. Joshua Van by KO or on points. Osmont by KO or on points. Chaos Williams versus Gustafsson doesn't go the distance. 3 leg plus 1, 2, 3. It's good luck. Joshua Van by KO or on points. Osmont Bekov by KO or on points. Chaos Williams versus Gustafsson doesn't go the distance. 3 leg plus 1, 2, 3. I like it. Next parlay. Waldo Cortez Acosta, money line. Luque versus Holland doesn't go the distance. And over 2.5 Patchy Mario fight. 3 leg plus 364. If you want a little bit more value, I like it. We just have to sneak in a little sneaky prop right there. The over 2.5 in the Mario Patchy fight. I like it. By the way, let me know your guys' favorite parlay. Next parlay. Joe Pyfer money line. Kayla by submission or on points. It could crash and burn if Kayla ends up getting a grounded pound TKO or if she loses. And the over 4.5 in the main event, Sugar versus Merab, plus 146. Joe Pyfer, Kayla by several points, and the over 4.5 in the main event, Sugar versus Merab, plus 146. I like that one. Next parlay, Marco Mederos, Quillen Salkid, Joe Sang-Yu, all moneyline, Wang Kong moneyline, Asma Merkanov moneyline, and Joe Pyfer moneyline. It's a 6-leg for plus 247. Very rarely do you get a 6-leg for that little. But I do think it hits. It's all money line just to play it safe. And also, you guys know on Friday, all the props drop. So in this case, probably a little bit of a safe 6-leg if you want to put a boost on it or something. I think it hits. Next parlay, a little bit of a conservative parlay, but I think it hits. Marco Mederos moneyline and Patchy Mix moneyline. 2-leg plus 124. By far one of my favorite parlays. I'm trying to save the best for last. Next parlay, Joe Pyfer moneyline. Peña Kayla doesn't go the distance. And Sean O'Malley, 3-leg plus 483. I like that one just in case. You know, O'Malley just admitted that he had a kid. You never know. Maybe he comes out 10 times better. He's very sharp. No matter what, he was sharp the last time. I think he might have a chance in this fight. No matter what, may the best man win. If you want to sprinkle, you can even trade that. You can mix and match it. You can put Merab in there if you think Merab's the one that gets it done. Last parlay. Joe Sang-Yu, Wang Kong, and Merab Dvalishvili. A little bit of a chalky locky. We got to pray the price tag at a minus 114, but I tried to get as close to plus money with a little amount of legs as possible. So in this case, 3-leg parlay. Maybe if we do a double chance on Friday, we could get a little bit more juice and get it to plus money. But in this case for Wednesday, Joe Sang-Yu, Wang Kong, Merab Dvalishvili, 3-leg, minus 114. I think it hits. Let me know what you guys think of the parlay section, guys. Let me know what you guys think of this entire card. Do you guys like this card? What do you guys think? Are you guys excited? What do you rate this card 1 through 10? Let me know. What do you guys think about the lock of the week? Without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one. The best is blessed, baby. God bless. Peace. Hey.